This is it, guys. This is exactly what I've been trying to show you ever since I started this channel. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on lenses to get great results. Okay, so this is the 7 Artisans Spectrum 35mm t2.0 full-frame cine lens. It's around $400 depending on where you buy it. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, honestly, it's been a while since I had my hands on a lens that gives you as much value for money as this one. The build quality is great, it's all metal, it feels good, it feels premium. Now, there's no weather sealing, but I mean, again, it's 400 bucks. Remember that every time I say something negative. For me, it's not even a negative. It would be if this lens was, I don't know, $2,000–$3,000, but for 400 bucks, that's no negative. Anyway, the gears feel super smooth, manual focus of course, there's just enough resistance and, well yeah, there's really nothing more to say about the build quality, it's excellent. But I know that build quality is not why you're here. Image quality, that's what you want to see, right? Yeah, so, okay, look, this is a cine lens, and you buy a cine lens because it has a specific look, a cinematic quality. It should look different compared to a photography lens, and for me, this lens has the look that I'm always looking for. Now, do keep in mind that, and this is important because I know that sometimes you guys ask me what lens I'm using so that you can get the same look. Well, do keep in mind that it's not just the lens that gives you a look. It's a big part of it, of course, but I use this lens on the new full-frame Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K. And for the footage you saw in the intro, I also used a variable ND filter. So, you know, all that contributes to the look you get. And I just want you to know that if you use this lens on a Sony camera or a Canon camera, it will look a little bit different. Similar, but a little bit different. But anyway, I'll also show you some footage without an ND filter and with neutral color grading throughout the video. And I'll put a little bit of text here so that you know what footage is what. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about sharpness first. It's actually perfect for me. For me, in my opinion. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's plenty sharp without being overly sharp, because that's what I don't want for video, especially when using a cine lens. So it looks great, even the corner sharpness is, in my opinion, more than decent, and even though it's nice and sharp, it still has that smooth, mildly soft, cinematic look. Does that make sense even? That's a lot of words to basically describe a feeling, subjective. So yeah, use that information however you want. Now, when shooting directly at the sun or in the direction of the sun, I did notice some mild blue flaring. Most of the time it was very mild, so for most people it shouldn't be a problem. I even like it. But what I like even more is the beautiful haze that you also get. I think it looks amazing, and that's exactly the kind of effect or the look that I want whenever I shoot with a cine lens. I love that hazy goodness. And then the blurred out backgrounds, the bokeh, whatever, again, for this price, it looks really good. Smooth, creamy, and, well yeah, overall pleasing. Sure, a $3,000, $4,000, $20,000 lens will probably give you an even more pleasing and creamier looking background, but I mean, too much cream isn't good for you anyway, so, you know? Okay, so those were all the positives, but of course, there's also a few negatives. But before I show you those, I want to introduce you to Audio, the sponsor of this video. They support my channel immensely, and so all I ask is for you to check them out if you're looking for a music platform. Maybe you're looking for some cinematic music, like in the intro of this video, or something funkier, or electronic maybe. And, you know, every time you're asking yourself while watching one of my videos, where does he get his music from? Well, it's Audio. And you can use their music for social media and YouTube, but also client work. And right now, a lifetime subscription, that means unlimited downloads, so start eating healthy so you can enjoy it really long. A lifetime subscription is $300 off. So go check it out, and thank you so much Audio for supporting my channel. Okay, and then now the negatives of this lens. Well, actually the first one, I don't really see it. Maybe you've watched some other reviews of this lens and Yeah, some people talk about the chromatic aberration. Well, I haven't really noticed anything, or at least anything that bothers me. So, I don't know, maybe I have a great copy, or maybe I just care so little about it that I don't see it. I mean, sometimes I see a little bit, but it's really negligible. Negligible. Wow, that's a difficult one, but it went okay. Anyway, especially if you know that this lens is $400, yeah, I'm gonna keep repeating it because it's super important. You have to put all the negatives and the positives in the context of the price. I mean, you have to. It's $400. I also noticed a slight green warm color cast, especially when I compare it to some other lenses that I have, but it shouldn't be a problem. You can literally fix that in 2 seconds in DaVinci Resolve or Premiere or Final Cut, whatever. It might be a bigger problem if you mix footage from different lenses, but even then, not a huge problem, at least for me. And you know, I also like the vintage retro look, so a bit more yellow or green, that's totally fine for me. But again, that's my opinion. If it bothers you, then, well, I mean, then it bothers you. Nothing I can do about it. Okay, and then finally, the focus breathing. But, I don't know. The thing is, some people always jump on the focus breathing and destroy a completely good lens based just on that, the focus breathing. And in my opinion, again, that's so stupid. Sure, it's there, but the real question is, does it bother you? It doesn't bother me at all because it only gets very noticeable when you rack focus super fast, and I almost never do that. But even if you would see it, you know, I've seen movies where if you pay attention, you also see focus breathing. So, I mean, yeah, is that really such a negative? I'm not sure what the problem is, what the obsession is of some people with focus breathing. I mean, I do get it, of course, but just tone it down a little bit. Anyway, I'm starting to rant, and I want to catch my rant in time because I don't want to start ranting. So let's wrap it up here. I've just learned to become less of a perfectionist when it comes to gear over the years, and it saved me a lot of money. That's the actual truth. Truth. That's a difficult one for me too. Truth. Yeah, there we go. You know, this lens, $400. I'm gonna say it again. $400. Lots of value, tons of value for money. A few negative points, of course, but let's call them subjective negative points. If they bother you and look for something else. If they don't bother you, this is a great piece of gear. I 100% recommend this to all filmmakers looking for a great budget cine lens. If you're looking for those cinematic characteristics on a budget, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.